What's going on, guys? Seth here for TLG, doing a TLG reacts to the Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core announcement that was showed off during the Ghost Ship Publishing on the Horizon presentation that happened a little bit ago. And yeah, I'm going to be watching this and finding out information on Rogue Core, which I have not really watched anything on so far. All I know is it is a roguelite, I think, and I think it has 4-player co-op, so that sounds really exciting and also really on brand for Deep Rock Galactic, a game that I absolutely love. It's easily one of my favorite cooperative games out there. Big fan, played it a lot, still play it a lot, and in case you're curious, I'm a driller main. Let me know in the comments what you play typically, and yeah, really excited to find out the future of the brand of Deep Rock Galactic. It's kind of crazy that we have the long-running Deep Rock Galactic, then we got Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which I've played the demo of, and I thought it was great. Can't wait for that to come out as well. But now we have an announcement of a third game, and yeah, can't wait to hear what they have to say about this. I'm hoping it has a lot of the character and just elements of the original Deep Rock Galactic game while bringing something new and fresh to the table. I like roguelikes. I like Deep Rock Galactic. Sounds like a perfect marriage to me. So yeah, let's just jump into this and find out what they have to say about it. All right. I think I show gameplay. Space mining company Deep Rock Galactic discovers the invaluable mineral Exponite close to the core of planet Hoxus. Multiple deep mining operations are established and the extraction of Exponite begins. Suddenly and without warning, the deep mining operations go dark. All attempts at entering the dig sites fail. The core has gone rogue. Oh yeah. Rogue Core. DRG reclaimed vessel, the Ramrod, destination Hoxus, crew 4, mission reclaim the core. It's gonna be so weird playing something else within Deep Rock Galactic that's not the core game. I will wishlist it for sure. Sold.
So that
Already
was
ready to buy
our
it.
announcement teaser trailer for Rogue Core. And now we are gonna say goodbye to Søren and swap him with Mike.
Goodbye, everyone. Here comes Mike. Here you go.
Nice.
And hi, Mike.
Hi, Mikkel. Hi, chat.
Mike is lead designer on Deep Rock Galactic and also on Rogue Core.
Yes.
So
That's super exciting.
It's super exciting, yes. So what did we just see here? Well, Rogue Core is a 1 to 4 player co-op roguelike shooter.
Okay.
And you and your friends can or will join an elite team of dwarven reclaimers, and you're sent to Hoxus in order to re-establish control over lost mining dig sites.
So
mining facilities.
Different characters.
Working on this game, we've been inspired by other games like Risk of Rain 2 or Gunfire Reborn.
Good games.
Looking at the way that they handle the whole roguelite gameplay.
Love Risk of Rain 2.
And then obviously we are setting the game in the Deep Rock Galactic universe. Rogue Core takes place at the same time as Deep Rock Galactic, as the dwarves go to work and mine in the caves.
Interesting.
And as such, we consider Rogue Core a spin-off of Deep Rock Galactic, or you could call it an standalone expansion for Deep Rock Galactic. Our plan for Rogue Core is that we will launch it into early access by the end of 2024. And Season 5 for Deep Rock Galactic
Pretty far out.
is planned to come by June 24. And Season 5 will work as sort of like a prelude that will foreshadow some of the events that will take place.
I was wondering.
In
That's pretty
Rogue
cool.
So that was sort of like the you can say the outline of what Rogue Core is.
Also, season 5, baby.
But Mike, how did we end up here announcing a new game today?
Yeah. Well, so of course we are announcing it today, even though we have been working on this, exploring it, prototyping stuff for a while now, because we are now ready to commit. This is the game we are making.
Oh, so
Rogue Core is
exciting!
real.
It's so exciting!
It's been a bit of a journey, kind of, because it started off as an expansion, or almost actually a game mode for Deep Rock Galactic, something we just wanted to explore, this type of play, right? The idea of a rogue-like or a rogue-lite.
I feel like they could have easily put that in the game.
Or cycle in Deep Rock Galactic, something we talked about here at Ghost Ship Games years ago, like many, like before we even left early access. While in early access, we talked about this, but we decided not to kind of go with that. But we've also seen, like, in the community, people talking about it, like suggesting things like that, and it is something that we think totally works, and now we have proven to ourselves is totally working.
And I think, we started out doing very simple prototypes. Basically, you were doing the prototype initially, I think, where we were just testing out how would this flow, how would this work out, and our initial idea was that this could be an expansion for Deep Rock Galactic. But then, as we were developing on this thing, our ambitions grew. That's basically game development for you. That happens when we start working. Yeah. So our ambitions, they just grew. We wanted to do more and more and more in this game, and I think 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, we started realizing that this could not just be an expansion. This actually had to be its own thing.
Yes, and also
like
during our test, right? Kind of when we started, it was just you were playing as the 4 classes of Deep Rock Galactic, like very much in this kind of like expansion game mode style thing. And then we talked, and you gave free rein to try to kind of throw things out the window, and it benefited a lot from that. And that
one benefit of them not just adding this as an expansion or just a mode or whatever, which would have likely just let you progress with your characters, which would have been great in that mode, but to have new characters with likely new weapons and abilities and a whole new kind of just feel will offer an experience within that world that is going to feel similar but very different and offer new ways to play, which is really exciting to hear. So I think I haven't seen the game or know anything about it really, but it sounds like they made the right decision.
That's kind of where we came to this place where, okay, well, this is not a different way to play Deep Rock Galactic. It is running on the kind of the core gameplay of Deep Rock Galactic, the shooting, the hordes, the caves, the procedural generation, but it is
I think basically when we started and we had the idea that this could be an expansion, right? We were
less mining, more shooting,
to make Rogue Core, or what is Rogue Core now, work within the Deep Rock Galactic framework, like the economy of Deep Rock Galactic, and that simply turned out to be too much of a hassle.
Yeah,
for
and
us.
Limiting.
So that's where we are today. Rogue Core, new game announced by Ghost Ship Games.
Woo!
Haven't seen it. I can't wait to play it.
Feels good.
It feels good to say it, and I think that another thing I just want to address: why are we announcing Rogue Core right now? And the reason why, because actually I think we are excited about this, but we are also a little bit uncomfortable because that we don't have that much to show yet from the game. We have been very busy on working on a prototype, right? But it's very crude. We don't have actually that much artwork yet. But we are announcing it now because we want to do open development on Rogue Core. And that means that we want to invite you to join us in this and follow us and participate on Discord and on the Steam forum and everywhere you can. And see what we are doing, and we will promise you that on the other hand we will share the development, we'll share our milestones, our roadmap with you, so you have an idea about where we are heading. And right now I think we have the store page live for Rogue Core. Can someone give me a thumbs up if we have the store page live?
We have it.
We have it live, so you can go in there and wishlist the game now, and you can follow us.
I'm gonna do that right now.
And but you will also see that we don't have that much artwork
There's
to show
a few
yet.
screenshots
There's a few
there,
things,
and we're actually gonna maybe also go through some of them here.
We will go
Screenshots.
through it. I will show
me
you the
something.
roadmap, and we'll talk about where we are heading and so on. Again, if you missed it, we are also doing a season 5, so we are not abandoning Deep Rock Galactic. Just want to emphasize that.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyways, now our open development on Roadcore
Definitely
starts.
looks like an early
Yes,
very
build, but
exciting.
definitely in theme.
Let me just try to go a little bit back to the announcement teaser you just saw and talk about what is going on with Roadcore. So
It's an interesting
Deep Rock
gun.
Galactic, as we know them, the space mining corporation, they have discovered this new precious, insanely precious mineral
Upgrade
called
process.
Very special.
called Expanite, and they discovered this at the core of Hoxus. Yeah, and they've been establishing, maybe secretly, I don't know, but they have been establishing.
Like a little bit secretly.
A little bit secretly. You as a working dwarves didn't know about it, right?
Oh, exactly.
So, but they've been establishing deep mining operations down there in order to extract Expanite. And then they started extracting the Expanite, and then suddenly they lost all contact with all the mining facilities.
Yeah, all the deep digs, all of them went dark.
It went dark in an event we call the Grey Out right now. And Deep Rock Galactic has not been able to enter these sites and regain control over them, and they don't actually know what.
I'm curious about that little Pip-Boy thing.
Hoxus. And then they've called in an elite unit that we refer to as the Reclaimers.
Yes.
And in Roadcore, they arrive on their spaceship, the Ramrod.
I love all the stuff in the air. It's
they are there to
definitely
take care of
atmospheric.
business.
Exactly. I mean, they're the ones that are kind of. We imagine them as being a team in the Deep Rock Galactic Corporation. These are the dwarves they're sending when stuff goes completely crazy.
Yes.
So they're.
I'm low-key, high-key really excited about the idea of expanding the lore of Deep Rock Galactic, because there's so much that you can just kind of get from just the random dialogue of Deep Rock Galactic that kind of gives you an idea of what the world is like without actually showing you a lot of it. And so creating a whole new game with whole new characters that aren't even part of the original crew that do their own thing is going to offer so much more in terms of like building the world up and giving you a different view of other things happening. That's really cool, because that's one of the things I love about Deep Rock Galactic is just like the character and charm of the dialogue, the world, how the theme of being dwarves in space is like, it's such a cool idea that works so well that I can't wait to see just more from it. And that's not even like just the being excited about the gameplay, but just like expanding the universe is like really cool to me.
I'm here to pretty much insert next to the barrier that is preventing you from getting in there, and to get in.
Yeah, so that's like the flow that you. Let's go into the flow of what the game is. So you start on the spaceship.
On the Ramrod. You start on the Ramrod. And regarding that, so you have kind of two selections. You make your loadout, and you, as a Reclaimer, you get a Reclaimer weapon, and you get a face suit. And the face suit is pretty much something that you're wearing, and that it gives an ability that you are then able to activate during your play. And then you have the special weapon. And these are new weapons. These are not DRG weapons, or at least not the weapons that.
So the big thing here is that there are no classes. There are no classes like from Deep Rock Galactic. You are all just Reclaimers, and then you sort of build your class by combining a face suit and a starting gun.
Okay.
Exactly, and of course, as you play and progress, you'll be able to unlock new ones. So you increase your choices.
I think if you look at the screenshot here,
so some permanent progression.
So our idea is that the face suit comes with an ability that can be multiple different things, and we have a lot of prototypes on various ones.
Okay.
Exactly. I think that's actually the time dilation prototype.
Time dilation, yeah.
Which slows everything down.
Super cool. You slow everything down and can then combat enemies.
Except for the dwarves. So the dwarves are still kind of moving quickly, and it's very good for aiming at weak
It's a bullet
spots.
time.
And, kind of getting a read on the situation. And because when they come down, they get inserted in front of this barrier, they go through, and where they're going is very dangerous.
Yeah.
It is incredibly dangerous, and these are the dwarves for the job. These are the kind of snake eaters and stuff like that.
So basically, I mean, this barrier that we are talking about, I mean, Deep Rock, I mean, they can't send in a drop pod.
No.
Right? I mean, they can land outside it, and then they can sort of walk in to this zone with this limited equipment.
Yes.
And then as they progress in this abandoned or lost mining facility, they will find lost equipment that you know from Deep Rock Galactic, right?
Exactly.
And they can expand their equipment, their arsenal.
Totally. I mean, it is, of course, it is DRG's equipment, right? They're coming into this lost site, and they can find weapon caches, crates with stuff, things like that. And there they'll find weapons that are the DRG weapons, though, just disclaimer, again, because we're not in kind of, this is not part of DRG proper, these are being balanced towards Rogue Core and what Rogue Core needs from these weapons, and also the whole idea of kind of being able to find different variations of them, different power levels of them. And again, as you go through, right, you're going from kind of section of this dig site to section, going deeper and deeper, taking actually these elevators that you will have to activate.
This is a mining facility, right? So they have been established, and you're going to find a lot of.
So you're going floor to floor to floor,
so
finding stuff randomly, roguelike, makes
going
sense.
with elevators.
Yeah, but besides weapons, there's also, of course, this area, this dig site is full of exponite, and this wonder material has properties where it can be used for a lot of things. And you have a special kind of processor drone with you, and you'll be able to. Not Molly.
Not Bosco.
Not Bosco. You'll be able to deposit exponite, put exponite into it, and once you kind of it has enough, it is able to then process this exponite and create these temporary upgrades, power-ups for the team. And I think can we get a screenshot of the negotiation screen? Yeah, that one. So one of the things kind of as we were exploring this and playing around, we are approaching a co-op first mindset, just as we did with Deep Rock Galactic. And so besides, of course, the cooperative gunplay and traversal and all those things that exist in Deep Rock Galactic, we also wanted to have these other elements that we were now bringing in from this roguelite concepts, and we wanted to have power-ups and things like that, but we wanted you as a team to select these, to build not just for yourself, but to build the team.
And what do we got? We got an epic sweet surrender, 25% chance for medium-sized or larger enemies to drop +1 red sugar on death, so health, that's good. Shield boost, +10 max shield. Long-range expertise, +10% damage with long-range weapons. Common CQC mobility, killing an enemy with a close-range weapon grants a 50% movement speed bonus for +1 seconds or second. Legendary Necro reload, killing an enemy grants +50% reload speed for 2 seconds. At the bottom, we got a couple weapons that I definitely don't recognize. They look really cool, though. And then the suit has time dilation, which they already talked about. And this says Bastion, +100% damage and +50% damage reduction while standing still. Okay, so that's just like a stand there and unload at people situation. Bottom left looks like other upgrades that they've gotten before this, possibly.
Synergy across the builds of the different players, and so that you can select smart as a team and not just as an individual. And so when this drone processes exponite, you'll get a screen something like this. That's the current version, where you have, and in this case, this is upgrades, right? We do different things.
And you have the ability to, I mean, we're also playing around right now. Of course, when we are testing it out, right, we are just constantly talking on Discord about what should we pick and what is suited for you and so on, and what are you trying to build and so on, right? But we also experimented with making it just like we are in DRG, that you can actually like an upgrade that you want. So if you are playing with randoms and you don't have voice chat available, you can actually still have some kind of communication here. And
I think that's super important. I mean, because again, we don't want this to just be potentially cooperative for a group of friends playing with voice or whatever. We want this to be cooperative at its core, and therefore we need to bring in these tools.
That makes sense. Deep Rock Galactic's a really good cooperative game to play with randos,
to be able to
but It's also 'cause
play
the
this
community is
in kind
great,
of
so.
this cooperative way where they work together. And so yeah, just very quickly, you can see a lot of details on the screen. But yeah, that's a big thing there. And then of course you are growing in power, you are collecting Expedite, you are finding weapons, you are doing all the stuff. Then you will come to also areas, we're calling them mid stations. There may be one, there may be more inside a single mission that you're doing. And this is also kind of a place where you can take a little bit of a break. You can also resupply, rethink some of your build strategies and things like that, and then move on.
Left 4 Dead like.
And then eventually, of course, you get to the core. And exactly what happens there, we're not ready.
And I think, yeah, exactly right. And I think that is like, what the hell is going on here, right?
I assume some kind of boss battle.
We are not really ready to tell about that yet.
Not yet.
And the reason why we're not ready is because we are still working on it.
We're still working it out ourselves.
And we don't know that much yet. But and we need to find out an angle for this. We have some ideas.
It's interesting how early in development this is, but the idea has been around for a while, but that they're even talking about it.
On the gameplay.
I like the transparency.
Graphics, no, nothing, just getting the gameplay proven in a prototype.
Exactly.
All right. So maybe we should talk about where we are in the development and take a look at our roadmap.
Yeah, let's do that.
So this is the roadmap. You will also find that on the Steam store for Rogue Core.
Yes.
I don't
got quite a bit going on here.
Before we start going through the Rogue Core, I just want to say if there are people out on the chat who has questions, probably not. I guess me and Mike are covering all angles, but if you have some burning questions, right, please write them on the chat, and then I think we will have time to answer some of your questions later. Just want to emphasize, what we are doing now is not, we're not going to cover all angles of what we are saying here. We'll probably do another live stream or something about that when we get a little bit later, and when the whole thing settles in that we are actually developing a new game. But anyways, write some questions, and then we'll try to answer some of them later. Yes. But let's go through the roadmap, Mike.
Yeah. So this one is showing actually also all the process that we've gone through ourselves. Now we're calling these different sections Update 1, Update 2, Update 3. Of course, these are not externally available updates. This is kind of versions that we were playing ourselves. So we would work on it, kind of make a build so that other people in the office could play and talk about it and move on. So we are right now starting to work on Update 4, which is theming and visual identity. But to get there, we first went through
they're pretty
very rough prototype.
Far along. I guess the check marks make sense.
And then started kind of exploring, adding these co-op mechanics and doing a roguelite as a co-op game, not just in its like combat mechanics, but in its like the whole progression mechanics in it as well, right? Then finally, with Update 3, we kind of started looking at the Reclaimer's gear. So up until this point, we were just running with stock DRG guns. And we already could feel like, okay, we needed something different here, simply because we also needed weapons that could do special things that we need from them, regarding also like ammo capacity and things like that, and their relationship to each other. And now, of course, is the announcement, you see, that's ticked off. And we will be focusing on theming and visual identity. And what this means is that, kind of like Mikkel, like you said, there isn't much that we can show right now. It's all very rough. It's all very ugly. We've been able to scrape together some
definitely looks early.
But you can see there's no HUD on those because there is no HUD. I mean, the HUD is kind of like a mishmash of existing DRG stuff and programmer art and things like that. So now we really want to work on that so that as quickly as possible we can come into a place where we can start showing Rogue Core in screenshots, maybe videos and things like that as we are working on it, so that you can come along with us on the journey.
I can also say that, I mean, we're also having a little bit of fun building like a spaceship. Now we have been doing like the space rig, but actually doing a spaceship is different, and I think that is also breathing a lot of fresh air into the thing.
The whole thing is going to be refreshing. It's
the space rig and
having new characters, a new spaceship, new locations to go to, new weapons.
So
like
cool.
Yeah,
sounds fucking awesome.
Then,
So going further on, of course, the way this process is going right now, still super early days. So Update 5, exactly what that's going to be is going to depend on where we are as we are doing the Update 4. But there are a few things that we are kind of have focused on, goals, and that is in 2024. We want to have the closed alpha going in Q1. So that kind of means, in the first quarter of the year, for those that don't know. And then, of course, hitting the actual early access release in Q4. We're hoping for November. All these things, of course, subject to change as things are going, but we'll keep you up to date all the time.
Yeah, and I think if you want to stay up to date with what we're doing here, you should wishlist Rogue Core, you should follow Rogue Core, and you should...
already did it.
We are going to have a section on our Discord, right?
Yes.
For Deep Rock Galactic that will cover Rogue Core.
Yes.
Want access to that closed alpha.
Information about Rogue Core, so yeah, that's really where to go.
Yeah, and that's also going to be a place, kind of, you're saying, like, later on as we're going, like, from now on. Of course, you can write some questions right now, but also, I mean, Discord, as always, there'll be a section for talking about Rogue Core, and we'll be there, and we'll be happy to talk. Of course, not at all hours of the day, but that will be a place where you can start doing that.
And then I think it's very early to talk about price point, right? But
reasonable? Is it going to be reasonable?
I was just wondering if you guys out there were wondering about that, and I think that it's something that is undecided, but we could totally imagine that you could maybe get a discount if you own Deep Rock Galactic, or
that'd be cool.
Bundle Deep Rock Galactic and Rogue Core together and sell it as a bundle. So multiple options here. We're also going into early access, so maybe Rogue Core will be a little bit cheaper.
I can tell you right now, I guarantee the game will not be a $70 game.
To the full launch.
I would guess
as we did with DRG.
30, 40 bucks.
So
20.
Yeah. And then after Rogue Core launch, we will continue supporting Rogue Core, but we'll also do Season 6 for Deep Rock.
Of course.
A lot of stuff to do there.
Damn, dude, they are
I think that just to address that
really expanding. That's
so
crazy.
much about Season 5 here.
But they're also publishing,
Season
so
5 will be themed around
Deep Rock has
Rogue Core,
done a lot for them.
The events that are taking place in Rogue Core. And then, of course, it will come with a lot of other features.
As usual.
As usual, yeah. So
and there's been a lot of requests as well.
Yeah. And so we are fully aware that we are, you can say, pushing expectation for when Season 5 would drop. But on the other hand, I think we're also super excited about actually doing something that feels a little bit different. And,
yes.
And I think that are pushing us, right, are challenging us. This is a big challenge, right, compared to what just doing another season. Not that we don't have fun doing another season, because we.
And those are also challenging. I'm just.
They're
gonna say.
also challenging, but it's just this thing about starting a new game and doing that.
Yeah, hopefully they can maintain support for both
the team's excited.
in a satisfying way.
So
because
but
new modes and maps, stuff like that, would still be really cool for Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes,
but
we have some questions. All right, so will Rogue Core be procedurally generated like Deep Rock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, love that.
Short and sweet, nice.
Yeah, it will. I mean, we are again all of the things we are saying now is up to change, right? We are right now looking at a construction where you are going to 4 or 5. It
would be even more, but
it could be even more stages, and we are sort of like. Or you have been like redesigning the way that the caves are, because I think because of the speed that we want in this game, we have you can say we're designing smaller cave systems.
Totally. I mean, the system is DRG system. We're still using the DRG tech for creating caves and all that stuff.
Okay.
And it's still taking place on Hoxus, so the biomes and stuff like that are still there. The bugs are also there. All that stuff. We are adding new things as well. But yeah.
I'm really curious about enemies.
But the flow of it, I mean, this is not an egg hunt, and it is not an industrial sabotage or anything like that. I mean, it is its own thing, and the actual way the caves are set up is, of course, being made for it.
And I can say that right now in our prototype, we have actually removed all mining materials besides Expenite. So that is like the core focus of the mineral that you're gonna mine. And of course, you still have a pickaxe.
I guess they said it right, but
to change the terrain or dig through
less emphasis on mining
and all the things.
100%.
Right? And actually, I think now we're talking about that. I just want to say another thing, which is with traversal tools. Traversal tools, you don't come with traversal tools. So you're also, as you progress through the caves, you're gonna discover traversal tools.
Yes.
Interesting.
So traversal is gonna be a little bit different, feel different than it is in Deep Rock Galactic.
100%.
Yeah, and I have a question that ties into that actually. So we have a question from the chat here. Will Rogue Core gain its own identity, and will the dwarves be different from the mining team that we're used to?
Yeah,
they are. It already has that. So they are not the same dwarves.
They're the reclaimers. They are.
They're not miners.
It's gonna be so interesting hearing different dialogue from 4 different characters.
Clearly kick the dwarves and kick the butt on the dwarves in Deep Rock.
Oh no, I mean, if in a bar fight, I think it might be up for grabs.
But maybe, but they're way more professional. They're way more.
Yeah, and they're a different kind of tough.
Yeah, they're a different kind of tough.
Yeah,
they are an elite unit.
Exactly.
Right?
Whereas, right, the DRG dwarves,
they're still dwarves, but they're still dwarves.
They're still dwarves.
So, elite unit, but still dwarves.
Yes. Do they drink though? Is there any beers?
I'm just gonna repeat that real quick. So another question is: will Rogue Core be a more dark and grim version of Deep Rock?
Yeah, I think that is we are looking into doing that.
100%. But to an extent, I mean, just so it is still taking place in Deep Rock Galactic, and it is still being made by us. So I think there is also an element of what the dwarves in DRG are, in that universe are. But we are actually very much looking at making this.
I think
more.
I think horror.
Scary.
I mean, when you're doing a co-op game, right? Horror is almost
impossible.
It's very challenging, right? Because you are sitting and chatting with your friends and you're having fun.
Except for in Phasmophobia.
Yeah. But you can have something that is more, as you say, dark and grim. And I think we are gonna go for that. That whatever you are gonna encounter is gonna be worse than anything you have seen in Deep Rock Galactic.
100%.
All right, so you already touched upon this, but just for the people that are trickling in, is Deep Rock going to go away after Rogue Core releases?
No,
not at all.
That would be
we are going to
horrible.
Continue supporting Deep Rock Galactic.
Awesome.
New seasons are coming.
They could keep this game if they were going to stop Deep Rock Galactic.
More questions?
But if they can support both of them,
I think that's
awesome.
But then I guess there's 100 more questions out there. Yeah. But we'll see if we find another time to answer.
Also, I'm so glad to hear that the procedural generation is staying with this game because it's such a huge factor of Deep Rock Galactic, and in a game that has so much content and gameplay. It really lends itself to the replayability of constantly doing, the whatever amount of mission types. It's huge. So in a game that you're going to be going on runs and always having random things you're selecting as you're going through, like any roguelite procedural generation, if done right, and I think they do it very well, will definitely lend itself to replayability. So really happy that that's carrying over. All right, overall, I love everything that I'm seeing here. Rogue Core is sounding and looking like something you're going to have to play as a Deep Rock Galactic fan. It's a great time to be a fan of Deep Rock Galactic, it seems, because we got Survivor, which I've already played and is a lot of fun, and then we got Rogue Core, and then we got new seasons coming out for Deep Rock Galactic. Rogue Core is sounding great. What we're seeing so far definitely is early days, but it does look different while maintaining the visual aesthetic that you expect from Deep Rock Galactic. But we can't really go a whole lot off of this, especially with how early it sounds like the development is. It sounds like they're going to be making a lot of changes, but conceptually it looks really cool. I love the idea of going down different floors. I like the checkpoint system, similar to like Left 4 Dead. It does sound like you're going to be fighting like a boss at the end of this whole thing, which would make complete sense. And the idea of picking upgrades as a team is very interesting and kind of lends itself to the whole cooperative experience that you'd expect from a game like this. So that sounds really exciting. I also like that you're going to pick a suit and a weapon at the beginning, and you're going to unlock other ones. It gives you that constant progression that I think is crucial for a game like this. There are roguelikes out there that not so much anymore, but early on you just went on runs and the permanent progression either didn't exist or was very minimal. This does sound like you're going to be unlocking starting gear to make it more interesting for your runs, which is definitely something I would need to keep playing a game typically like this, but because it's Deep Rock Galactic, I could see myself playing this no matter what, but definitely welcome. I'm really interested to see what those look like, the suits and the guns, see how they feel, and it did say in the roadmap that they are still designing the dwarves, so I really am curious about what they're going to look like and sound like. Completely different characters, which I really love. Like I said earlier, the expansion of the lore is really exciting for me. New locations, new ship, new everything. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to fucking play this game. Even though they say it's going to be coming out in November of 2024, obviously take as much time as you need to make this game good, but that is a little bit of a wait. But with how transparent they're being, I'm sure we're going to be seeing gameplay, videos, more pictures, more insight on what they're bringing to the table, and yeah, overall it just sounds really dope. I can't wait to play it. So yeah, it's so weird having played Deep Rock for so long, and then just recently we got 2 new games, and then them addressing that they're gonna continue supporting Deep Rock Galactic is crucial, because as much as I love the idea of new games, I'm not done with Deep Rock Galactic, not even close. So if they had to choose one or the other, I would hope they would choose the core game. But they're doing it all. I hope they can handle it. I think they can. Apparently the game has done well enough for them that they're able to expand like this, and that's really cool to see, because this is a game that I always suggest people play. Deep Rock Galactic, not Rogue Core, of course. I haven't played it, but it's a game I'm always trying to push people to play, because I think it's just a fantastic game, and I'm glad that has given them the success that they're having to make more stuff. So really exciting, and yeah, definitely cannot wait to play this. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core? Does it sound like something you would want to play? Do you play the original Deep Rock Galactic? It's interesting. Chevy, co-host of this channel, doesn't like Deep Rock Galactic, which is just breaks my heart. But I would be curious to see if he would want to play a game like this, even though he doesn't like roguelikes either. But yeah, I'm curious if this will pull in people who are not interested in the mining shooting aspect of the original game, and maybe want to play something a little more structured around shooting. I don't know, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this, what things stand out to you the most, what things you're most excited about, is there anything you're concerned about, and do you play Deep Rock Galactic? What do you main, and did you try out Survivor? Let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below when it comes to all things Deep Rock Galactic. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll have more episodes coming. We got a taste cast coming very soon. We had to delay it by a day because I hurt my neck in the gym. And I did a Hunt Showdown roadmap video as well. Go check that out if you play Hunt Showdown, or even if you don't, you want to know where it's going and maybe you want to get into it. That will definitely help you formulate an opinion on that. And yeah, I've been Seth. Until next episode, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.